sorry about that. It seems like there's been a few little tech issues. We do apologize. We are live in the middle of the bush, and these things do happen from time to time. I'm now on the fire break, and the buffalo are heading that way, and I'm just making sure the lions haven't crossed out of our traverse area into Buffalo's Hook. Standing by.
Brent, report from the Eastern Channel. It looks as though there's wild dogs going north from Hoffman. There's a chance they're going to cross over Gowrie Main.
Okay, copy, thanks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Report of wild dogs, my favorite animal.
I'm already in Cheetah Plains driveway, so I'm not going to be following up.
I'm just going to have to be on the radio for a second. Any stations close to Gowrie Main?
I'm heading back from Gowrie Main to see if maybe I'm a bit closer.
Yeah, copy Mike. Yeah, I'm on Gallagher Shortcut. Could you just keep me informed and find out exactly where they're crossing from Hoffman's, near the little Gowrie sign, or I mean it's a long boundary.
Alright, copy that, Brent, so I'll update.
There we go. So we're gonna slowly make, or half speed make our way towards that report. Now, wild dogs is not something we see too often.
They lost them around Greenthorn Road, wherever that may be.
Okay. Now, this is where I was walking this morning looking for the lions. We had no luck in here. No, I thought I heard something. Just tracks of those buffalo here. Now, what of course also could happen, they might have made a kill last night. So we might have a look, see if there are any vultures sitting up in the trees. None so far. I'm caught. Sorry about that. There you go. Sorry, my earpiece got caught on the door handle. It's pulling my head down. Remember, this is 100% live. You can get hold of us by using the hashtag Safari Live on Twitter or email questions at WildEarthTV. Now, the buffalo have passed through this area. Now, what I'm hoping is that the lions are trailing them, and we might pick the lions up behind the buffalo herd, and obviously keeping my ear out for any potential sign or report of the wild dogs. Well, Hassan Ali is wondering, how do I know that the lions are hunting up for buffalo? Well, I don't. I'm making an educated guess. Now, the Nkuhuma Pride, their favorite food at the moment is buffalo, and they're killing 3 to 4 buffalo a week. So, and they were in this general area. So the sound of a buffalo herd is likely to attract them towards the buffalo herd. Now, they could, like yesterday, they caught a wildebeest. Now, they are opportunistic, and they will catch whatever they can, but if there's a buffalo herd in the area, they'll tend to focus and target the buffalo. So we saw that buffalo herd was just on the top of that hill over there. So we're behind them now, and fingers crossed the lions might be on the prowl. just talking about how the Nkumas like to eat buffalo. Chai Connie's wondering what do the wild dogs eat. Any small to medium-sized antelope. Anything from a steenbok to a kudu is sort of in the wild dog range. And they're very effective at it. But mostly impala and duiker, steenbok, occasionally kudu and yala. They also very much like bushbuck in areas where there are lots of bushbuck, one of their favorite foods. Okay, well, we're going to keep checking for the lions, and I think I'm actually going to have a quick dash for the wild dogs, and then I'm going to come back for the lions. But Jamie seems to have found the tallest mammal in the world on Cheetah Plains.
Would have been relatively difficult to miss the tallest animal in the world, but we have come across the large bull giraffe that spends his days around the Cheetah Plains Lodge. Generally, we actually don't show him just because our signal can be incredibly patchy in this area. But the last few times I've driven past here on my way into Cheetah Plains properly, I have encountered him hanging out in this particular spot. I don't know what it is, but I feel as though this particular male giraffe has one of the most impressive tails I have ever seen. Unfortunately, it's currently behind a tree, and I'm a little bit concerned that if I reposition, I'm going to lose signal, but hopefully he shifts around and we'll get a chance to see his unbelievably long tail hair. I don't know why, it just looks particularly strange to me. I know that he is a bull. Most of you will be familiar with this whole process, but for our new viewers, he is a bull giraffe, a male giraffe, because of the size of the ossicones on the top of his head. Now, very often that's the only part of a giraffe you see in dense vegetation. You can see how they are rubbed bald at the top and quite thick and solid looking. Whoop. I'm just sorry, everybody. I'm trying to listen to the updates on the wild dog so that I can keep Brent updated as well. They have crossed somewhere, but I don't quite know what that means. I don't know where they've crossed. I can't hear where they've crossed. But they are in the process of making their way towards Djuma. Yeah, they are going north. Okay, I don't know if they've crossed Gary Main though. And we'll just try and keep listening to that. In the meantime, yes, it's the size of the ossicones, which are the horns on the top of his head, but the horns not called horns, for they are ossicones. He's wrapping his incredibly flexible tongue around the branches and the trees and the leaves. We spoke about this the other day at great length, about why it is a giraffe's tongue has evolved to be purple and none of the other antelope or elephants that eat trees has. And the answer that some of you provided, and I think Curious One was one of them, was that it's because it's protected from the sun. So it's got the extra melanin because a giraffe's tongue is exposed to more sun than other animals. Whilst I recognize that is the answer given by quite a few theorists, I have to say I really struggle with that. I really do. I struggle with the idea that a giraffe's tongue is exposed to so much sun that it actually needs to be impregnated with melanin. It seems like such a bizarre idea to me. So for our new viewers, a giraffe's tongue is not bright purple, deep purple. And it is very, very long, much longer than that of most of the other mammal species out here. And of course it does serve a very important function. There we go, such as, nostril licking. But most importantly, wrapping around the leaves. And yes, certainly when they're reaching up to the tippity top leaves, their tongue stretches right out. Is it exposed to the sun enough for it to get sunburned? It just seems... Anyway, it's a theory that's been put forward. Personally, I find it a difficult one to buy into, but it is definitely what most biologists seem to put forward as the explanation behind the darkness of a giraffe's tongue. Either way, it seems to be serving this giraffe particularly well, as it systematically munches away on the buffalo thorn that it's found. I do wish you could see his gorgeous tail, but instead of moving more out into the open, he's actually moved further behind a bush. And as I said, I'm a little bit reticent to reposition in case we do lose signal. Quite dark in colour, but not as dark as some of the bulls that we've seen. It's actually a beautiful, almost russet brown on the spots. And generally the males slightly darker than the females, and darkening with age. He is a particularly large bull though. Incredibly solid neck. Look at the fearless way he's plunging his head into the vegetation. His whole body geared towards dodging the thorns. Nina's, you are not the only one. Nina says that they absolutely love their eyelashes. Giraffe do have extraordinary eyelashes, and that's what I meant. Their whole body geared towards avoiding thorns. Those lovely long eyelashes to make sure that the eye is protected from any protruding sticks and spines and thorns that might be around. They do have the most gorgeous eyelashes. It's my mom's favorite thing about them as well. Let's try and see if we can get another view, although he seems to be quite determined to be hidden behind. I mean, it's a massive open area. He's found one of the perfect spots to actually hide away. But there you go. You've got a brief view of his eyelashes. Now, one of the animals, of course, that we get very excited about when we see is the cheetah. And they share some similarities with giraffe in terms of their, not just in terms of their spotted coats. Debbie in Vancouver, you want to know, are there any animals that have absolutely no home ranges and are truly nomadic? Giraffe can be, to an extent, in certain areas. I would say that in South Africa, especially in the low veld, which is where we are at the moment, in this kind of vegetation, they definitely do have home ranges. We see the same giraffe relatively regularly. But at the same time, they can move very far afield. The other animal that can be either purely nomadic or have such a large home range as to be almost basically classified as a nomadic is a cheetah. The males tend to have territories, but the females have massive, massive home ranges. Please give us a chance to see your tail. I want to see if I'm going crazy or if anyone else agrees with me that he's got a particularly fabulous tail. He swishes it across his back. A cheetah is one example. Wild dog can be they've got such enormous home ranges so as to be almost nomadic, but not as much as cheetah. See? Got a fabulous tail. Again, right behind the trees. Giraffe can be the same. Certain herds of buffalo move through enormous areas. Eland often move through enormous areas. I'm trying to think of anything else. No, I think that pretty much summarizes it. Right, let's go forward a bit so we can have a look at his tail. And if we lose signal, we lose signal. The world shall not crumble. We shall survive and we shall struggle on. Beat off the gremlins with an imaginary stick. Should have grabbed one on my way past. Seemed fine. Hello. Have I just forgotten what a giraffe's tail looks like, or is that one particularly long? I mean the hair at the end. And especially now with the wind gusting and that gentle blowing motion, admittedly assisted by the fact that he's holding it out of the way of the defecation that he's currently doing. But still, look at it. Isn't that the perfect fly swatter? Massive length as it flicks across the sides. It could probably reach all the way to his shoulder if he got it right. I mean, he could sell shampoo and conditioner, some kind of hair product range, looking at the flowing tail of that giraffe. Now that would be incredibly tough and wiry. I wish he'd give me some. He does look like he had a grey hair there, didn't he? Maybe a bit more blonde. He would insist that it's blonde. I think it's grey. Definitely looks grey. I sympathise, Giraffe. I've got a few. What is that Impala shouting about? Now, Eileen, you wanted to know why there is a fence to our right. And I'm going to answer you, but I'm going to keep one eye on these Impala. I want to see if they're just shouting at each other. Kind of looks like a horse paddock, doesn't it? Like you'd sort of canter horses round them to get them trained up, long leads or something. It's a helicopter pad, as far as I know. It's a helicopter pad for cheetah planes. I don't think it's very frequently used, nor indeed is it particularly even. But that is what it's there for. So it's to stop the elephants from and the other animals from moving in there and just interfering with it in any way. Bye-bye, boy. I want to just go see what these Impala are fussing about. They're not really enthusiastic about it, though, which makes me think it's a false alarm. Possibly just the males messing with each other and the females. Because now all has gone quiet. That's why I didn't go racing off. Okay, there we go. I'd say that was very much a false alarm. Nobody seems particularly concerned. Gotta be careful with Impala, especially at certain times of the year. And this particular year, males seem to be, there you go, see? Causing more trouble with each other for no clear apparent reason. I can still hear them. There's still alarm calling. Not this group though. The group that's calling is actually further back. I'm sitting on the boundary of Nkoro. That one Impala is determined it's seen something. Just listening. I wonder where exactly the boundary begins. They've gone quiet now, though. No, still alarm calling. Just checking something on my phone. It's pretty cheeky, but I could just pop my nose here and not be on Nkoro. Just do that for a second. Oh, hold on. Let's go over to Brent, who has got the wild dogs.
Oh my god, look at this. We've got wild dogs trying to mate. They've just caught a tiny scrub hare. Looks like a scrub hare. Ooh, well, looked like a scrub hare. They just swallowed it whole.
Wait.
There we go. My favourite animal, the African wild dog, the painted wolf. There we go. Look, he's going to cross right next to us. That's one of the male dogs. This looks like the remnants of the lower Sabi pack. Look at those wonderful big ears, those radar dishes. There's a lot of Impala in the area up ahead. Well, there's the female. She's got a tiny little piece of meat. I said it looked like a scrub hare that they were eating. That's not going to keep a pack of wild dogs full, even just 3 of them. Maybe all right. Lynn is wondering, would wild dogs avoid the Nkulma pride or would they go after them? They would avoid them. Lynn, the lions are probably one of the biggest threats, natural threats to wild dogs. Now, this is the 2nd most endangered canid in Africa, the 1st most endangered canid in southern Africa. There's only about 4,500 or 3,500 to 4,500 left in the wild. Now, look at that male. He's got a very distinct 2 white spots on his, one on his shoulder, one on his back. That's nice identifying features, that. Aubrey, Aubrey. Now, they would go for leopards. I've seen them chase. I've actually seen wild dogs kill a female leopard in northern Botswana. A bigger pack than this. Maybe they'll go for a drink at the treehouse waterhole.
Standing by, Andrew. Michael, you can go there. I'm gonna from
It's only 3 in this pack.
There's one.
There we go. We're going to keep up with them in case they spot an impala and we need to go dashing through the bush. This is very, very exciting. I know you guys are as excited as I am. They are my all-time favorite animal. There's also a possibility they might run into that Karula sighting. That is probably about 200 meters directly to the east of us. They're being quite nice at the moment. They're not going too fast. Mauricia says, hold on to your seats. You're about to go on a wild dog hunt with Brent. Yes, I do like the doggies and I do like following them on the hunt. They have incredible stamina and they keep up this loping gait for many a kilometer. They can actually do about 60 kilometers an hour and keep that up for up to about 4 or 5 kilometers, which is incredible. It's going to be interesting to see where they go from here, whether they cut north towards quarantine or they keep heading east down this road. Oh, they're stopping. Looks like decision time is happening. Go. Now they are heading towards where Karula's kill is at the moment. Well, a big welcome to Kevin, who's a new viewer, and he'd like to know, is a wild dog a hyena? Not at all, Kevin. It is not even closely related. It is a dog, it's a canid, although it's separated from domestic dogs about over 1 million years ago. Let's see where they're going. And they've got different types of teeth. They've got teeth that are made for ripping, and they're much sharper than your normal dog's teeth. And obviously a hyena is not even related to a dog at all. It's actually more closely related to a mongoose. It's its entirely own species.
the driveway that comes out from the risk sign.
I think they might have smelt
south of the...
Karula's kill. Look at them, they're getting excited. Look at that head bopping. Now that leopard carcass. Karula and the cubs are not far from here at all. We're going back down the road. There we go. Look at them. They're excited. They've smelt. I think they might even have spotted the leopards. Hold on. You see that tails are up? That's a sign of excitement in wild dogs. Now let's hope Shongile, Hosanna and Karula are quick to the trees. Look at them go. Where's Karula? I haven't seen her yet. There she goes. She's up the tree. Karula's gone straight up the tree. Where are the cubs now? Oh, the cubs. I can hear trees. Let's get in closer. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Now Karula's up the tree. I'm sure Shongi and Hosanna are also. They're underneath the kill at the moment. They smelt that stomach content and they ran straight in here. Look at the one. Oh, he's trying to jump up. That's a little bit high for you, my friend. As much as I love dogs, that's a little bit out of their field of capabilities. Oh, that was a big one. It's still quite a long way away from the kill. I'm just going to try and get us in a spot where we can see him jumping a bit better. How's that for him? Oh, now he's decided to stop jumping. Now, there we go. They're directly underneath Karula now. There's the queen. They've found the stomach. So that's just the stomach contents. Don't worry, it's neither of the next progeny. I heard them climbing a tree. Have you seen any of the cubs, Vim? I think they would have skedaddled even further. I did hear them climbing trees. We're going to start jumping again. Now, Mandy would like to know, is it true that wild dogs perform a playful ceremony to get the pack riled up before hunting? Well, it's a greeting ceremony, and they do. It's not really to get them riled up. Now, they're an incredibly social animal, one of the most social animals out here. So it's to affirm oh, yeah, we're going to have a little jump. Oh, it's too high for you, my friend. Copy, thanks. So they're starting to get mobile back down towards Weaver's Nest now at the Makawa. So Karula and the cubs safe up in the trees. There's one dog still thinking, maybe I can jump that high. Free meal, free meal, free meal. Winter Prism is asking, would a leopard eat a wild dog? Not unless they were incredibly desperate. Sorry, 1 second. Aubrey, there's 3 mashoa at Karula's Nyama now. Look at them, they're still running around here. What are they spotted?
Well, he went through the thicket, so the mother's still calling the...
Well, you found a little snippet, a little bend.
The driveway to kind of...
See where those are going. Oh, the cub! Oh, there goes the other cub. Oh, you silly cub. Why on earth would you come down the tree? That was Hosanna. They're after Shongile now, but she's got to a tree. Karula's chasing the dogs now. She's come down the tree to try to defend the cubs. But the cubs are safe. Karula nearly wasn't. Wow, what excitement. I have no idea why that leopard cub decided to come down the tree, but that's a valuable lesson. Oh, wow. Jeez, that was close. Hosanna with his fat belly nearly didn't make it up the tree. There he is. He's in the thicket there now. He's going to have a few knob thorns in him when he gets down. Shongile made her escape quite well. She was quite far away. There she is. And the dogs are still trying to jump. There's one right below Karula here. Hey puppies, exciting day. Karula not impressed with wild dogs.
Nobody's going to come out the driveway. Check on the driveway.
Aubrey.
Now I'll be on there, perfect.
Thanks. Yeah, Aubrey, once Mike gets here, then they'll...
Don't worry, the cubs are safe. No, Hosanna was very lucky there. He nearly became a wild dog snack.
I hope he comes out soon.
Sorry. Aubrey, did you copy about the Mashoa at the Karula sighting? I affirm they're here now. They're lying underneath a Karula. Copy, no problem. Now let's just roll back a little bit. Beach cub is wondering how long will they normally hang around for? Well, not normally very long. I think they thought they might get a free meal. And now it's amazing thing is, so as soon as Karula thought one of those cubs was in danger, she actually came down the tree. So there she is. Both cubs are in the tree, although Hosanna looks like he's about to do something stupid again. It almost looks like he thought about coming down again. That was not a good idea, little boy. And there's a dog who noticed it. As soon as he started looking like he was coming down, the wild dog jogged up towards where the tree he's in. There's the dog. I'm sure Hosanna is not very comfortable in that knob thorn, but I guarantee young Hosanna it's more comfortable than being in the jaws of an African wild dog. So Hosanna is just above him. There's another dog there. Now, Jeremy, who's 15 years old, would like to know, what is the biggest pack of wild dogs I've ever seen? Probably about 36. It was 36 wild dogs. That was in Botswana. Oh, look at that. He's jumping up to the tree Hosanna's in. Hosanna, go back up. Stop trying to come down. I know you've got a thorn in your bottom, but it's better than a tooth in your bottom. Oh, they're such beautiful animals, the African wild dog. The scientific name is Lichen pictus, the painted wolf. I just do love their variations. They're also probably one of the most exciting animals to watch. They're constantly up to something, and that's why I think I really like them. Also, absolutely fascinating social structure, one of the most closely knit social structures of any animal out in the bush. I think they're probably going to leave Karula and the cubs quite soon. There's no meal to be had anymore. There we go, there's one of the last dogs going past. The other two are already off to the left. Okay, they're on the move again. That means we're on the move again. Let me just hold on. VM's putting on some infrared. Now, of course, wild dogs is one of the diurnal species we don't shine the lights on. So we're going to use the infrared. Apparently, we are going to be green for infrared today. So, actually, I'm just trying to see what they're doing. Let's just go around. There we go. I'm just going to see. They are starting to move away from where Karula is. We've still got a bit of ambient light around, so we don't quite need to go into infrared just yet. Now, they are the most difficult animal to follow through the bush because they are so quick. They don't walk like leopards and lions, they jog everywhere, as you can see. Okay, Vim, just keep an eye on them for me. So they're going through an area where I cannot follow in the car. There's too many fallen trees. Hold on, hold. Hoppa. Sorry, I'm not talking. I need to concentrate on trying to keep with them. If they go straight in here, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. The world's luckiest scrub hare, did you see it? It just ran past their noses. Yes, almost, there we go, like Ben says, the world's luckiest leopard cub. Oh dear. Now, I know this area very well, and it's near impossible for us to find a good spot to go through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and guess where they're going to come out on the other side, and hopefully we'll guess right, and they'll be chasing something towards us. But while we do that, let's go to Jamie, who's got some Ellies.
I do indeed have some Ellies, and I'm just approaching quite slowly because, of course, now it's getting very dark. I can't see as well as I would in the middle of the afternoon, and I've turned off all my lights. Let's go and see. I just encountered a very, very excited group of tourists on this main road on their way to the lodge, and they were very keen to tell me that they'd seen some elephants and that the elephants had some tiny, tiny babies with them. Let's go and see if their definition of tiny is the same one as mine. Shift off the road slightly so that the elephants have space to come past us as they wish. Hello, big ladies. Okay, they're going to keep walking towards us so we can actually stop here. It is getting a little bit too dark for an elephant sighting. As you know, unlike Brent, we do not have infrared on this vehicle. Infrared capabilities, we will. Oh, what did that tree ever do to you, little one? Doesn't even have leaves on it. You're just pushing it over for fun. It is a young elephant. Definitely not a newborn, though. Probably close to, or just over a year old. I suspect that our new little baby elephant is not going to have gone very far in the last 24 hours. And my suspicion would be that they are somewhere on Djuma, not too far from where we left them yesterday. Oh, that's got to be Brent. Only the Wild Earth vehicles are lit up quite so brightly. Yep, that's got to be Brent, which means the wild dogs are on their way to this the southern boundary. Oh, now he's coming towards us on the new Firebreak Road. Does he know we're spying on him?
Where are you checking now?
Let's see if he gets the wild dog question right. I would go and help him, but obviously, as you can tell, my way is somewhat blocked by the elephant traffic jam in front of me. That's the equivalent of those of you who are stuck in afternoon traffic today, or perhaps stuck in afternoon traffic, I don't know, I forget how time zones work, will be stuck in afternoon traffic in a few hours. Well, in that case, your traffic is very, very different. Your frustrations are very different to ours. And sitting with an elephant herd is hardly a stress. Now, unfortunately, I can't do anything about the light situation. I can't do anything about moving because there are elephants moving past us. I can try and get a little bit closer to them, but that's about the extent. And then there's nothing more that I can do. Maybe they'll let me come through. Tend to find with elephants they're a bit more relaxed at night, strangely enough. I don't know quite what it is. You can often move very, very close to them when you go past them in the dark. Hi, guys. Please prove me right about that. I can see you watching me, big girl. Can I squeeze past here? Or are you little nonsense going to get me into trouble? Munching happily away. And Debbie, isn't it incredible? Something we were talking about with the giraffe as well. But Debbie in Vancouver says it's incredible how elephants can eat huge thorns and not be terribly bothered by it at all. It's one of those marvels of nature that they are able to put those trees into their mouths. I mean, half of the trees... Oh, it's the car creaking. Put the handbrake up. Like we're about to go tumbling down the precipice or something. Half of the trees that were attacked this afternoon or last night in our driveway were zebra wood trees, which have the worst spines of any tree out here. They've got spines on their spines. They're not even thorns, they're spines. And they are capable of easily just slicing through your boot or your car tire. Yet for an elephant, it is perfectly edible for them. It always also amazes me because, of course, elephants don't fully chew and digest their food. It amazes me that their digestive systems are equipped to cope with that sort of thing. It really is truly remarkable. Young Ellie going towards the adult. I think we can sneak past now. We should be okay. Let us give it a go. Do you mind if we come through, Ellies? Never mind, you have to be able to take the handbrake off first. Forgot I put it on. Give him a nice wide berth, and let's go see if we can help Brent out with the wild dogs. So it is amazing the toughened nature of an elephant's mouth. And it doesn't just apply to elephants. As I mentioned before, giraffe as well, all of the herbivores somehow manage, and it's not just their inside of their mouths. I mean, we walked within 5 meters of a buffalo thorn, and somehow you find yourself with buffalo thorns everywhere hooked into your flesh, or a knob thorn, for example. Anything with those curved hooked thorns, they are so sharp. And Jerry can attest to that, I know, because she actually managed to get some buffalo thorns embedded in her leg. It's interesting how tough they really are, and how nimble their lips are. But then the same applies to the mouths of predators as well. When they slice through those, or crunch through those bones, and break them up, it's amazing that they don't get cut up by the shards of bones themselves. Just going to drop my light for kudu on our right. I'm not going to stop and look at them, obviously, because it's very dark. It's okay, boy. Alright. See if we can help. Okay, let's head over to Brent. I think he's caught up with them.
So there we go. First time ever on Safari Live. Wild dogs in infrared. They've popped out on Twin Dams, where we were hoping they were going to pop out. Now, there's some buffalo at the waterhole. Now, sometimes they might just play with buffalo, tease them. Isn't this awesome? It's quite a cool, eerie sort of sight. Dogs in the darkness. They're running straight towards where we saw buffalo a little bit ago. They might play with the buffalo. They might go for a drink. Well, it looks like the buffalo are already gone. Hello, puppies. Listen to that, they are really thirsty. Haven't you guys provided some excitement this sunset safari? The painted wolves, the African wild dogs. Incredible animals. Now if they go straight from there, it's going to be very difficult for us. It's because they're going to disappear into the Mawati River. But it looks like they might head north now along the road. There we go. Now, of course, it's really hard to follow them during the day, let alone at night, but this is so exciting! They've popped down. Oh, let's go. They're going in the riverbed. That's really good luck for us. Oh no, they're not. They're crossing the riverbed. That's, I'm afraid, probably going to be our last little glimpse of them disappearing into the night. There's no way as we can drive off-road in that area after animals moving that fast with no lights. Oh! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What an amazing experience. Now, very valuable lesson learnt by young Shongile and Hosanna there. They thought all was done and came down from their trees and the dogs spotted them. And young Hosanna just made it up that very thorny tree in time. But a valuable lesson: don't fool around with the African wild dog. Oh, we can calm down now. Okay, while I draw myself towards myself, let's go back to Jamie to give you an update on how she's doing.
I'm sorry. I just faced down the scariest charge I've ever experienced today by an Impala. It was terrifying. It just came, shame the poor thing. I mean, I had my lights off as quickly as possible, but the poor thing came sprinting down the road towards us. I thought it was going to run straight into us. It's obviously shame. Poor thing is probably still panicked from the presence of the wild dogs. Whew! That was intense, Chandra. That was bizarre. Did you get that on camera? I mean, I don't know if the girls in Final Control could see that at all. And they must have as it raced towards us. Phew, okay. Let me just wait for my heart rate to return to normal. I thought it was going to come and thump into the front of the vehicle. I was trying to make noise and switch my lights off at the same time. I wasn't even going fast. Oh, okay. Right, so a dramatic afternoon with the wild dogs and the leopard, and I got super excited earlier. I thought I'd found the first chameleon of the season, even though knowing rationally it's a little bit cold for them to be out and about tonight. Turned out to be a pair of puffback shrikes. So I found, on the one hand, I found a puffback shrike nesting place for the evening. On the other hand, I couldn't, of course, shine my spotlight on them once I realized what they were. That was slightly disappointing, because I did get very excited. I also thought it was the fattest chameleon I had ever seen. And then as Jean-Ray started zooming in, I realized that unless it was a feathered chameleon, and perhaps evolving in the same way as the dinosaurs towards the bird family, I was in fact looking at a bird. But I have found you a Bushbaby! Our cameraman's favourite thing. I enjoy them. I think it might even cross the road, you know. Don't go, don't go. See you there. Peeking at us. No, neither do I. I've actually lost it completely. Did it jump while I was looking at my monitor? There it is, there it is, there it is. Hello, little Bushbaby. Now you're in a very difficult spot. Giving itself a groom. Oh, they are so cute. Aren't they? Just too gorgeous for words. The smallest of the primates that we get out here, and purely nocturnal, which has earned them the name of Nachapi, little night monkey in Afrikaans. Bounce. And the family that lives around the DRC, our main camp, what did it catch? It caught something. Catch an insect. Well done, little one. Such quick reaction speeds. The family living outside DRC have become very, very used to our presence, to the point that we can stand about 2 meters away from them and just watch them. I believe it's been nicknamed Barnaby by Kirsty. Is that correct, Kirst? Is it Bartholomew? Was it Bartholomew or Barnaby? I think it was Barnaby. Well, either way, this Bushbaby's got an amazingly itchy ear. That was Barnaby, by the way. Barnaby the Bushbaby. They are such little characters. Those massive ears pinpointing the movement of the insects. Now that it's managed to have an insect dinner, stopping to have a quick grooming session. And of course, that grooming session could well involve urinating tiny drops of urine onto its feet and paws. Once our Bushbaby does start to move off, the lovely ladies of Final Control, having just seen what happened to us, and with you, obviously, Brent sending you across to us and us giggling like mad people, and obviously my heart racing, the lovely Final Control girls have actually prepared a replay of that moment so that you can have a look and you can see what I mean about the way that it came out of nowhere. And you could see why I was so terrified of it coming to crash into the vehicle. So just have a look at this clip. There you go. You see, it was quite a surprise. A seriously unexpected moment. I'm going to try, since our Bushbaby seems so thoroughly engrossed in his evening ablutions, I'm going to try and see if we can't sneak a little bit closer and keep an eye on it. It seems to be quite relaxed with the whole idea. Oh my goodness! The whole sunset safari has completely flown by, and it's the end of our sunset safari. So, on that note, and since our Bushbaby just jumped away, he disappeared off, he's gone. On that note, a big thank you to Gendre, as well as all of you for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful, exciting drive, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow on the sunset safari. Bye-bye, everybody.
Well, we've hit a traffic jam. You can't see it, but there's a great big beast in front of me in this darkness, and it is impeding my route home. And it's one of those great beasts you don't want to move too quickly or try force off the road. It's of course an elephant. You can hear there's a few more around us. But wow, what an exciting sunset safari. That is amazing. That type of behavior is not something that people get to see very often, and we were incredibly lucky to be right there when it all happened. I'm just going to move one little bit closer to our roadblock. And as we come towards the end of this sunset safari, I'm still at a loss for words. What an incredible sighting of Karula, the cubs, and 3 wild dog. And hopefully those little monsters learned a lesson today about how to avoid other predators in the area. And as we draw to the end of the sunset safari, we'll be seeing you bright and early tomorrow morning for the sunrise safari, and hopefully it'll produce as much as it's produced here. So from Wiem and myself and all the extra bugs I've got on me now from the light and the rest of the Safari Live crew. It's been great having you with us, and we look forward to doing it all again tomorrow. So, toodaloo for now.